welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is Tuesday, so it's time for Tuesday Talks. Tuesday Talks is a group that I started with my friend Janelle over at Mrs. J. Rod's Reads. And we had created a group, and I'll link to that in the description box below. Every Tuesday we discuss book-related topics, so come check that out. So for this week's first topic for the new year is your favorite reads of series or books in 2015. I was going to do a separate video on my top 10, but I figured I would just mix this in with Tuesday Talks because this is the first topic for the year, so I went with that. So anyway, I chose some books and some series, and I did make it a top 10, so here we go. First one we have here for 2015, 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Absolutely love this book. We did a read-along back in, I want to say it was March. And a lot of people enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's my second time reading it. And now there's going to be a mini-series. I believe it's going to be on Hulu. And I really want to watch it because I love this take of Stephen King's on the assassination of President Kennedy. What happens? It's time travel. This man gets to go back in time and can possibly stop the assassination of JFK. And it is written beautifully. So if you have not picked this up and you love Stephen King, if you don't love Stephen King because you don't like the scariness, this is not scary and you'd probably enjoy it. It's nice historical time travel kind of book. So this one's fantastic. Next one we've got here is The Iron Knight, which I finished up, I believe, last January. And this was for a read-along I did with Brittany. We read the whole Iron Face series. This one was absolutely both of our favorite out of that series. It was wrapped up so well. This is by Julie Kagawa. And I would read this entire series again. The world building is beautiful. You know, I know a lot of people are put off by the whole fairy idea, but it wasn't corny at all. It was great world building, great characters, great storyline, great twists and all that good stuff. And this last book was fantastic to wrap it all up. The next one is The House That Jack Built by Graham Masterton. I read this in October. Absolutely loved it. Somebody recommended that if I love Graham Masterton, this was one to read, and I had not yet read it. So I decided to read it and absolutely loved it. I think I might have rated it 4.5 or 5 stars. So this one it's fantastic. It's a house that is haunted, and this man Jack Belize had built the house, and this man gets just obsessed with the house, and he has to buy it, and it's just in bad shape, and his wife tries to stop him, and the story goes on from there. It's fantastic. I absolutely loved this story. And then the next one we got here, also by Graham Masterton, is Edgewise. I had a read-along in October with a bunch of people. And if you want a creepy story, this is a creepy story to read. It's absolutely fantastic for Halloween. And in this one, you have this woman who loses her kids to her husband. He takes them away. And she calls on this guy who says that he can control the Wendigo. And the Wendigo is a Native American spirit. And once the Wendigo is hired, he doesn't stop until the job is done, and she starts to run into some problems. So this is a definite read for any of you who love horror and have not read this book yet. Pick it up. The next one, we're going to start now with series. So this series we got here is the Will Trent series by Karen Slaughter. These two are my favorites, Fallen and Unseen. Absolutely love Will Trent. If you are a mystery buff like I am, you will absolutely love this series. Karen Slaughter is a very gifted writer. I read all the books that are out right now, but there is another one coming. I think it's called The Kept Woman. I'm not for sure on that, but it's supposed to be out this year, so I will definitely be picking it up. Karen Slaughter is an auto buy and an auto read for me. She's got great talent, and this is just separate mysteries, and Will Trent is our main character. He's very flawed, he has issues, and he works through those issues and betters himself, and yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So if you want a good mystery, pick up the Will Trent series. The next one I chose for a favorite is the Lunar Chronicles, my favorites being Scarlet and Cress. Shannon had picked this for me for my Pick 5 challenge last year, and she picked Cinder for me to read, and I'm like, okay, because it's a little out of my comfort zone. It's kind of fantasy, steampunky maybe a little bit, and I just don't do well with fantasy. But these are retellings, and they're done beautifully. So, I mean, Cinder's the first book, and that is on, of course, on Cinderella, and they're just, you got Rapunzel and Little Red Riding Hood in the other two, and then Winter came out, which I still need to read that one, and hopefully I'll read that one soon. But this is a fantastic series. It's young adult. Pick it up if you like retellings. And the final one I chose for the year of 2015 is the Unwind Nostalgia, with my favorites being Unholy and Unsold. I just read Unsold in December. I need to read Undivided. I'm probably going to read it in February. So this is an amazing, amazing dystopian. I am not all that fond of dystopians because of the repetitiveness of the stories, because they all just seem, to be the same thing. And, a lot of people like dystopians, but for that reason of them being so similar is the reason why I just get burnt out on them. But this one was so different. And had Jen or Ashley not recommended this series to me, I probably still wouldn't have picked it up because it is dystopian. But it is fantastic. You have this time now where I'm guessing it's post-apocalyptic, and parents can now have their children unwound if they're not turning out to be the way they want them to, or if they are a bad seed or whatever, and they tell them, well, you're not dying, you're just living in a divided state. When their unwound parts go to other people who need them, it's death, right? And anyway, I absolutely love this nostalgia. It's fantastic. If you've not read it, it's by Neil Shusterman. If you've not picked it up, you really need to pick it up because it is fantastic. And that is my top 10 Tuesday Talks choices for you for 2015. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what some of your favorites were for 2015. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.